What do you make of that?
I mind terribly.
You mind terribly?
I mind terribly. I mind so much because I'm not. I never was.
Tributes have been paid to the Duchess of Kent's tireless work to help others following her death at the age of 92. She was married to the late Queen's cousin, the Duke of Kent, and became a familiar face at Wimbledon, handing out the winner's trophy.
Someone who did a lot of work on behalf of Queen Elizabeth then. Clearly, they were much higher up the line of succession, and they would go for the, those independence ceremonies, of which there were many in the 60s. And she was a very hard-working member of the royal family.
Hi there, everybody. We're talking about a royal twist today that has astounded even longtime viewers. In addition to causing sorrow to the family, the unexpected death of the Duchess of Kent, a cherished person who for decades exemplified elegance and calm devotion, has stoked Prince William and Princess Catherine's passion like nothing else. Rumor has it that this tragic incident served as the primary impetus for the future king and queen to begin preparing to take the throne much earlier than anyone had predicted. It's a story about loss, legacy, and a conscious decision to move towards a more efficient royal future. If you're as engrossed in royal drama as I am, hit the like button before we get too far into this emotional roller coaster, and subscribe to keep up with all the Palliser rumors. Shall we begin at the beginning? Born Catherine Worley in 1933, the Duchess of Kent was more than just a title holder. In 1961, she wed Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, a relative of Queen Elizabeth II, beginning a life of subtly serving others that characterized her for more than 60 years. She favored the shadows over the more flamboyant family members, concentrating on issues that were near and dear to her heart, such as helping those in need and teaching music. She served as a stable anchor in a sometimes tumultuous institution by attending important occasions, such as Wimbledon presentations and intimate family get-togethers. Beneath that composed facade, however, she developed close relationships with the younger generation, particularly William and Catherine, whom she observed as they matured into their positions with a blend of pride and tactful mentoring. Imagine a woman who was present at their 2011 wedding, grinning from the pews as everyone toasted their fairy tale union. As we move forward in time, her passing on September 4, 2025, at the age of 92, has revealed hidden weaknesses in the royal family's past. The announcement was made with great sadness by Buckingham Palace, which said she died quietly at Kensington Palace with her loved ones by her side. The royals' busy life came to a standstill, and everyone was forced to face the frailty of their close-knit community. And this wasn't just another setback for William and Catherine. It served as a sharp reminder of the throne's unrelenting advance, one that, according to insiders, changed the way they view responsibility and fate. Let's go back a little to see how closely the Duchess of Kent's life and William and Catherine's current journey are related. Catherine instilled a sense of normalcy and humanity into the opulence of royal life as soon as she joined the family. Like William and Catherine with their own children, she and Prince Edward raised George and Helen with an emphasis on education and public service. According to family sources, she frequently told the young couple anecdotes about her own early marriage, while providing them with nuggets of advice at private teas at Windsor. Consider how both couples managed the demands of public observation, while attempting to establish private family life. The Duchess, who was well known for her appreciation of the arts, even served as the inspiration for Catherine's early charitable and musical patronages, quietly molding the Princess of Wales into the kind person she is today. Her health started to deteriorate as the years passed, though, and she started living a more solitary life. In 2015, she retired from the majority of her public responsibilities. She continued to be a beloved presence nevertheless, particularly at significant family occasions. Do you recall her from 2013 at Prince George's christening? The silent smile in the pictures revealed a lot about the Windsor's generational bonds. Longtime palace employees told insiders that William frequently sought her advice on how to reconcile his responsibilities as a father and a member of the royal family. One source revealed she was like a wise aunt to him, highlighting her function as the heir apparent's mentor. Even tighter ties were cultivated at her Norfolk house, nearby to Anne Mahal, where William and Catherine would escape. According to royal journalists, the Duchess regretted leaving a nearby residence because she missed being close to the Cambridge family. This wasn't just an accident. It was a support system that went beyond kinship. Younger royals are being forced to fill the vacuum left by her departure as the oldest surviving member of the royal family prior to her death. Her impact persisted in subtle ways, including her support for privacy, which echoed in William's own campaign for media limitations, according to palace observers based on historical documents and current interviews. However, her absence makes the burden of succession feel more pressing, leading William and Catherine to reconsider their schedule. Her life seems to have served as a link between different times. Since that bridge is no longer there, there is a greater urgency for the following generation to enter into their assigned tasks. When Buckingham Palace released an official statement on September 5, 2025, confirming the Duchess of Kent's peaceful death the previous evening, the news came as a shock. It described how she went away at Kensington Palace, her longtime home surrounded by family, with great sadness. The enormous impact that rippled across royal circles and beyond was belied by the word simplicity. Both tabloids and broadsheets rushed to report on the tale, using new quotes and archival material to depict a woman who had a profound but subtle impact on people's lives. Her Wimbledon legacy, in which she presented prizes with her trademark kindness, made headlines for the BBC. The Guardian, on the other hand, highlighted her humanitarian activities that helped numerous communities. However, the inner family suffered a great deal of emotional damage behind the public facade. According to accounts, William and Catherine, who were already dealing with their own difficulties, were distraught and spent the evening at their Windsor residence in silent contemplation. This was not merely an obituary announcement. It was a turning point that solidified the changing face of the monarchy. Such defeats frequently hasten internal changes, according to royal experts who compiled data from palace briefings and historical precedents. In this instance, insiders told publications like The Sun that the incident immediately sparked family conversations about the future. One confidential source stated, "It was the trigger," implying that the Duchess's passing brought attention to the declining number of senior royals available for assignments. With King Charles III's health concerns lingering in the background, the pressure mounted on William as the direct heir. Catherine, ever the supportive partner, was instrumental in these talks, drawing strength from her own experiences with loss. The palace's measured response, avoiding sensationalism, allowed the family space to grieve privately, but the undercurrents were clear. Social media buzzed with tributes, and even on platforms like X, users shared memories of her grace, amplifying the story's reach. By gathering these threads from official releases and eyewitness accounts, it's evident that this wasn't an isolated event. It was the spark that ignited a broader conversation about readiness and reform within the crown. As the dust settled from the announcement, the tributes poured in, but none carried more weight than those from William and Catherine themselves. In a poignant statement released through Kensington Palace, the Prince and Princess of Wales described the Duchess as a much-missed member of the family who worked tirelessly to help others. Their words, sourced directly from the official release, painted a picture of deep affection and respect, underscoring how her guidance shaped their approach to royal service. William, in particular, recalled private conversations where she advised on the importance of empathy and leadership lessons he's now applying as he eyes the throne. Catherine echoed this, highlighting the Duchess's role in inspiring her mental health initiatives, a connection drawn from shared patronages and family law. Royal watchers piecing together these elements from interviews and past events saw this as more than a formality. It was a public acknowledgement of a bond that ran deep, forged through years of quiet interactions at events like the Qatar exhibition in 2024, where they stood side by side viewing royal artifacts. Insiders speaking to journalists from outlets like Vanity Fair revealed that the couple visited her in her final months, offering comfort and receiving final words of wisdom. She urged them to prepare now, not later, one source claimed, linking her passing directly to their heightened sense of duty. This emotional outpouring extended to other family members, with Prince Harry also paying respects, hinting at a brief thought intentions. By collecting these personal anecdotes and official quotes, the narrative emerges of a loss that wasn't just mournful, but motivational. For William and Catherine, it was a call to action, pushing them to solidify plans for taking on greater responsibilities, perhaps even shadowing the king more closely in the coming months. The tribute served as a bridge between past and future, reminding everyone that the monarchy's strength lies in its human connections. Delving deeper, the Duchess of Kent's death has laid bare the thinning ranks of the working royals. A reality that's forcing William and Catherine to confront their impending roles head-on. With fewer senior members available, the burden of engagements falls heavier on the younger generation. And insiders report this was the tipping point for the Wales. Drawing from recent analyses in publications like People magazine, experts note how the family has been preparing George for his destiny. But the Duchess's passing accelerated that timeline. It's made them realize time is shorter than thought, a palace insider told reporters, emphasizing the strategic shift. William's plans for a modernized reign focused on environmental causes and family balance now seem more urgent, especially with rumors of King Charles delegating more duties. Catherine's recovery from health battles has also played into this, with sources indicating her resolve was strengthened by the event. By examining succession charts and recent moves like the family's relocation to Forest Lodge, it's clear they're building a stable base for the future. This loss, compiled from grief counseling sessions and family meetings, has unified them, turning sorrow into purpose. The major trigger here is undeniable. Without the Duchess's steady presence, the path to the throne feels more immediate, pushing William and Catherine to lead the charge in reshaping the institution. Behind closed doors, the real story unfolds through whispers from those in the know. Insiders interviewed by royal biographers and leaked to tabloids describe how the Duchess's final days included heartfelt talks with William about legacy and loss. She was the glue holding traditions together, one said, revealing how her advice prompted the couple to draft contingency plans for ascension. Gathering intel from these confidential chats and palace logs, it's evident the death evoked memories of Queen Elizabeth's passing, but with a twist. It highlighted the need for proactive preparation. Catherine, drawing on her own resilience, pushed for more public roles, while William focused on slimming down the monarchy further. This strategic pivot, fueled by grief, marks a departure from waiting passively, instead embracing their fate with vigor. The emotional scars from recent family tragedies amplified this, making Forest Lodge not just a home, but a command center for the future. The passing of the Duchess of Kent has done more than stir personal grief within the royal family. It has ignited a seismic shift in how the monarchy positions itself for the future. This pivotal moment, far from being a mere footnote in royal history, serves as a clarion call for William and Catherine to redefine the crown's role in a rapidly changing world. Her death, a major trigger for their accelerated preparations for the throne, has amplified their vision for a modernized monarchy, one that balances tradition with relevance, duty with relatability, and grandeur with groundedness. By piecing together insights from royal commentators, historical trends, and public sentiment on platforms like X, it's clear this loss is reshaping the institution in ways that will echo for decades. At the heart of this transformation is the couple's commitment to a streamlined monarchy, a concept William has championed for years, but now pursues with renewed urgency. Experts drawing from interviews with palace insiders and analyses in outlets like The Times note that the thinning ranks of senior royals, exacerbated by the Duchess's absence, have forced a re-evaluation of roles. William and Catherine are prioritizing high-impact causes like environmental sustainability and mental health advocacy, areas where the Duchess herself quietly led by example. Her discreet philanthropy supporting music education and community welfare serves as a blueprint for their approach. Meaningful work over ceremonial excess. This shift aligns with public demand for a monarchy that justifies its place in a democratic society. Recent polls, such as those conducted by YouGov in 2025, show growing support for a leaner royal operation, with 62% of Britons favoring a focus on tangible contributions over traditional pomp. Catherine's influence is particularly striking here. Her own health challenges, widely covered by outlets like People, have deepened her resolve to champion mental health initiatives, echoing the Duchess's emphasis on empathy-driven service. By funding their move to Forest Lodge privately, a move confirmed by Kensington Palace briefings, the couple signals fiscal responsibility, sidestepping the controversies that plagued past royal renovations. This mirrors the Duchess's low-key approach, avoiding the public purse to maintain goodwill. Their decision to forego live-in staff, a break from centuries-old norms, further underscores a desire for authenticity, creating a household where George, Charlotte, and Louis can grow up with a semblance of normalcy. The broader implications extend to the monarchy's global image. As William and Catherine prepare for the throne, they're crafting a narrative that resonates beyond Britain's shores, appealing to younger generations who value transparency and purpose. Social media reactions on X highlight this, with users praising their family-first ethos as a refreshing departure from outdated grandeur. Yet challenges remain. Balancing modernization with tradition risks alienating conservative royalists, as noted by historians in The Guardian. The Duchess's death, by accelerating this transition, has thrust William and Catherine into a delicate dance, honoring her legacy while forging a path that's distinctly their own. This moment also signals a cultural shift within the palace. The couple's focus on raising their children away from London's glare, rooted in the privacy the Duchess cherished, suggests a monarchy that prioritizes well-being over spectacle. By drawing from her example, seen in her quiet support for charities, like future talent, they're building a legacy that's both enduring and adaptive, ensuring the crown remains relevant in a world skeptical of inherited privilege. What emerges is a vision of a monarchy that doesn't just survive but thrives, blending duty with domestic tranquility in a way that feels profoundly modern. As we close this deep dive into the seismic shift triggered by the Duchess of Kent's passing, it's clear her death was more than a personal loss for Prince William and Princess Catherine. It was the catalyst for a bold leap toward their destined roles as king and queen. This moment, steeped in both sorrow and resolve, has set the stage for era-imagined monarchy, one that balances centuries-old traditions with the demands of a modern world. The ripples of this event, gathered from palace statements and insider accounts, are already reshaping the royal landscape, and the implications are profound, not just for the Wales family, but for the institution itself and the public it serves. Let's unpack what this new era means, why it matters, and how it invites us all to rethink the monarchy's place in today's society. The Duchess's departure on September 4, 2025, as confirmed by Buckingham Palace, wasn't just a farewell to a beloved figure. It was a clarion call for William and Catherine to step up sooner than anticipated. Insiders speaking to outlets like The Times reveal that the couple has been quietly preparing for this transition, but her loss accelerated their timeline with an urgency no one foresaw. William, long vocal about streamlining the monarchy, now sees this as a defining moment to implement his vision, a leaner, more relatable crown that prioritizes causes like mental health, environmental sustainability, and family values. Catherine, strengthened by her own personal trials, is doubling down on her advocacy for early childhood development, drawing inspiration from the Duchess's lifelong commitment to education and charity. Together, they're crafting a monarchy that feels less distant, more human, and deeply connected to the public's pulse. This shift carries weight far beyond palace walls. Royal historians compiling data from past successions note that such moments of loss often redefine the monarchy's trajectory. The Duchess's influence, rooted in her quiet service and empathy, echoes in William and Catherine's rejection of grandeur for authenticity. Their choice of Forest Lodge as a permanent base funded privately, as reported by The Sun, signals a break from the opulence of Buckingham Palace. Aligning with public demands for accountability by forgoing living staff, they're embracing a hands-on family life. A move that resonates with modern Britain's values of independence and relatability. Social media, especially platforms like X, buzzes with approval, with users praising their grounded approach while debating whether it risks diluting royal mystique. For the public, this new era offers a chance to engage with a monarchy that reflects contemporary realities. Polls like those from YouGov show growing support for a less ceremonial crown, and William and Catherine are delivering just that. Their focus on raising Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis normally mirrors the Duchess's own parenting ethos, ensuring the next generation is prepared yet protected. This loss, as painful as it was, has ignited a forward-thinking vision, one that promises stability, transparency, and a monarchy that thrives not on spectacle, but on substance. So, what's your take? Does this bold pivot toward a modern, relatable monarchy excite you? Or does it stray too far from the traditions that define the crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read everyone. Hit that like button if this story stirred you. share it with fellow royal debate members, and subscribe to catch every twist in this unfolding saga. The throne is closer than ever, and with William and Catherine at the helm, a new royal dawn is breaking. Stay tuned for more.